Finland's decision to deploy the David's Sling air and missile defense system marks one of the most consequential shifts in Northern Europe's security posture since the end of the Cold War. It is not simply an acquisition of another layer of defense, but a declaration that Finland intends to anchor the long-range protective shield of the entire Nordic region. The move is driven by a combination of strategic necessity, shifting geopolitical realities, and the lessons drawn directly from Russia's ongoing campaigns in Ukraine. As the security environment around the Baltic Sea and the High North grows more volatile, Finland's adoption of David's Sling signals a structural transformation in how the Nordic states prepare for future conflict. The roots of this decision stretch back to the changing threat landscape on Finland's eastern border. Russia has spent years reinforcing the military infrastructure in the Leningrad and Kola regions while maintaining a large arsenal of short-range ballistic missiles like the Iskander, land attack cruise missiles such as Kaliber, and a growing inventory of unmanned systems designed to saturate air defenses. The repeated use of KH-101 and KH-555 cruise missiles against targets deep inside Ukraine highlighted the destructive potential of long-range precision weapons. For Finland, sharing a 1,300-kilometer border with Russia means these capabilities present a constant and immediate risk to population centers, industrial infrastructure, and, crucially, the new F-35 bases that will form the backbone of Finland's future air power. Joining the North Atlantic Treaty Organization further accelerated the urgency. Finland shifted from a doctrine centered on independent national defense to one in which its territory serves as a crucial forward shield for the alliance's northern flank. This means the country must integrate seamlessly into North Atlantic Treaty Organization, command structures, share sensor data across national boundaries, and contribute to collective deterrence in a way that matches its geographical significance. Yet before purchasing David's Sling, Finland lacked a true long-range air defense layer. NASAMS provided excellent medium-range coverage, and Finland maintained short-range and point defense assets. But the absence of a high-end interceptor created a vulnerability that Russia could exploit during the opening hours of a crisis. It is within this strategic vacuum that David's Sling emerged as the optimal solution. The system is built around the Stunner interceptor, a highly maneuverable missile using hit-to-kill technology designed to destroy aerodynamic and ballistic targets alike. The missile's dual-seeker architecture allows it to track and intercept targets even under heavy electronic jamming, a factor especially important given Russia's advanced electronic warfare capabilities. The system can target cruise missiles, ballistic missiles with short ranges, gliding munitions, and high-speed unmanned systems. With a range exceeding 150 kilometers, it gives Finland the ability to engage threats long before they reach critical infrastructure or densely populated urban regions. Beyond the missile itself, David's Sling brings a radar and command suite capable of integrating into NATO's broader air and missile defense network. Its sensors feed data into the alliance's air surveillance system, enabling cross-border tracking in real time. This has significant implications for cooperation with Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, and Poland. In effect, Finland will no longer defend itself in isolation. It will stand at the center of a continent-spanning web of radar, aircraft, command centers, and interceptors, coordinating to counter any Russian missile salvo. Integrating David's Sling fundamentally strengthens Finland's layered defense architecture. At the lowest tier, Finland operates man-portable air defense systems and anti-aircraft weapons dedicated to countering drones, helicopters, and low-flying aircraft. The short-range layer includes Krotala NG and ASRAD-R systems, while the medium-range tier is built around NASAMS, which Finland has continuously upgraded. David's Sling fills the final gap by covering the high-end threat spectrum, those long-range strike systems that Russia might use in the earliest phase of a conflict. It acts as a protective dome over air bases hosting the F-35, ensuring that Finland's air power assets are not disabled before they can disperse or take off. There is also a broader strategic dimension. Russia has long relied on the threat of rapid missile strikes to intimidate neighboring states and maintain leverage in periods short of open conflict. The deployment of David's Sling dilutes that ability by increasing the uncertainty around the effectiveness of any first strike. As Finland strengthens its defenses, the cost for Russia to achieve the same level of coercive pressure rises dramatically. The Stunner Interceptor's ability to neutralize a wide spectrum of Russian missiles, from Iskander-M to Caliber, reduces the credibility of Moscow's intimidation toolkit. From the Kremlin's perspective, the emergence of Finland as a long-range defense hub undermines the traditional strategy of leveraging proximity and firepower to dominate the security environment around the Baltic Sea. The regional impact extends beyond Finland's borders. Sweden's entry into the North Atlantic Treaty Organization and its own modernization programs create a highly integrated defensive perimeter around the Baltic. Norway's investment in P-8A Poseidon aircraft and Joint Strike Missile production strengthens maritime surveillance and long-range strike capacity. Denmark's use of Patriot and renewed focus on high-intensity warfare adds further depth to the joint posture. When these elements combine, the Nordic region transforms into one of the most robust air defense environments in Europe. Finland's adoption of David's Sling sits at the core of this structure, enabling the Nordic states to coordinate radar coverage, manage airspace collectively, and mount a unified response to any missile-driven coercion. The cooperation angle between the United States and Israel adds another strategic layer. The system itself is a product of joint American-Israeli development, and its export to Finland demonstrates Washington's willingness to diversify Europe's missile defense toolkit beyond the traditional Patriot model. For Israel, Finland becomes a gateway into the European missile defense market, reinforcing the credibility of its technology and expanding industrial partnerships. At the operational level, interoperability with American systems enhances Finland's ability to operate alongside the United States Air Force, which frequently deploys to the Nordic region for Arctic training, exercises, and deterrence missions. Looking ahead to the period from 2025 to 2035, several trends are likely. Finland may choose to expand the number of deployed batteries as its threat assessments evolve. Russia, observing the increasing density of northern European air defenses, may accelerate the development of new evasive strike systems, including stealthier unmanned vehicles or more advanced cruise missiles. This could push Finland to consider even higher-tier interceptors such as Arrow 3 or future North Atlantic Treaty Organization missile defense concepts. At the same time, the integration between Nordic and Baltic states will deepen, eventually forming what analysts already describe as a unified Scandinavian air and missile shield extending from Iceland to the borders of Russia.